For sure, 100% it's Antifa, right? So just go and look into that and look into all the connections there and the local connections and stuff like that and figure out who did it, right? Take revenge for me, Chad. Take revenge.
Take revenge for me? What is this guy expecting his gaggle of goons to do? He's been talking about being followed recently for days. There is no way. He sounds like he's just mentally ill. This guy genuinely needs to be, like, medically assessed. Like, at the start of it, I thought this would be, like, a big grift. This guy probably needs to be, like, assessed soon. Wait, what? Okay, so this is just a preview. Huh? Lolly mindset. Ladyboy mindset thinks he's going to get killed for his takes on Hasan Kaya.
It is. I don't care if people threaten me in my life. I will give my life for freedom and truth and the law. That's what I stand for. That's what I've always stood for. And I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to die for that. If I become the Charlie Kirk in Thailand, you know, for the fact that I talked about, you know, a shock collar as a punishment, that's fine. I'm willing to take that. And that could happen. And, you know, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I've kind of come to peace with that. Or because I'm a Christian, right? I'm killed because I'm a Christian. That would be okay. I'm okay with that. I have faith in God, you know, which is something I haven't talked about on the channel. But, you know, I'm just throw that out there. Once again, I'm not the perfect Christian. I'm not a perfect person. I made a lot of mistakes. I am very non-traditional. You know, and I don't line up with all the beliefs of the church necessarily. You know, and it's just that's kind of something that's naturally coming out as part of this conversation. But people are going to call me racist. They're going to call me bigoted. They're going to call
What, you think he thinks he's going to martyr himself for the cause right
towards
now?
Prisoners. That is absolutely opposite of the case. I love everybody. I'm super cool with everybody. I've traveled the world. I'm cool with everybody from every country. I love to stick up for truth and justice. And when people need to be punished, I am going to punish them, or not myself, right? But I'm going to help through the law find a way to punish people. That's my gonna get in your feelings. A lot of people, Antifa, other people watching this are going to hate watch this, and they're going to get in their feelings. They're going to be mad about this. But listen to the end, because it actually is way more humane and way more thoughtful than people are going to think about with the.
Yeah, despite the fact that in America you have laws against unusual, cruel and unusual punishment. Dude, this guy is just like throwing meat. Obviously just throwing red meat to the fucking wolves. Like, I know. A lot of people are going to hate me for this take. A lot of people might try to come after me this take. I'm willing to be a martyr. I'm willing to be a martyr. I'm willing to stand here and say, Hasan deserves to be shot out of a clown cannon over the walls of Fort Knox and then land in a fucking sea of piranhas. I'm willing to say that this is what the state should do, and I understand that a lot of people are going to be unhappy about this. We're going to fucking parade in Korea, oh yeah? You got a fucking parade for you in Korea. Oh no! Regal mindset! Got Antifa come after him for the dog Kara controversy. Oh no! The ref has assassinated Regal Mindset for the Dokara controversy. What is going to happen to you?
Memes and the shorts and the reels. Maybe you're going to watch a reel.
Okay, this is absolutely what I'm going to go for next. Ready my mindset. Okay, where's the link? Okay, let's go. Legal mindset. Okay, 33 minutes ago. Let's go! Okay. Alright, if it's going to be a segment, let's do it. So, the other day, I went over the Pisco's reaction to Legal Mindset, okay? And basically I gave my thoughts then. This guy he's essentially a drama streamer, or he's a drama creator who masquerades as a legal commentator, or as like a law tuber. He doesn't talk about anything connected with the law. Everything he talks about is like highly speculative, totally disconnected, absolutely totally disconnected. He will talk about Hasan and his dog, for example, and I'm guessing what we're going to get from it is essentially, well, you know, how far can punishments go in the United States without being cruel and unusual punishment? Well, would it be undue for Hasan to get shocked by a collar? Right, you're going to have discussion on that. It's going to be all focused on that. As if in any world, the legal system is going to, A, go after Hasan. They're not, right? They're not, realistically. Legal Mindset can tweet out every single day for the next 30 days the contact information to the Los Angeles Animal Services. Nothing's going to happen. It's not activism. It's just drama farming online. He's touching the poo and hoping that something's happening. Trying to direct people towards law enforcement to be able to, like, contact them over it. Anyway, but he'll have all this conversation about cruel and unusual punishment and exactly what the boundaries are. This isn't LawTube. This isn't legal analysis. This is some, like, far off there, exotic theory that nobody believes in. And probably he doesn't even believe in either. He doesn't even operate, he doesn't practice law in the United States. I think he has a right to practice in the state of Florida. He doesn't. He lives in Korea. He manages Korean immigration law. He gives people advice on how to immigrate to the East. He's not he's not currently a practicing United States lawyer. Okay? That's the way to phrase it. Hasan called him a fake lawyer. Not true. Technically, he's got a GED and he does have a right to practice. He does not practice in the United States, right? But he'll go on, give you the fast facts, give you the real legal analysis. It's not. It's drama slop.
Today, we're going to talk about placing a shock collar on Hasan as a form of punishment in the U.S. We're going to talk about shock collars in the U.S. This is a crazy topic. It's a topic that may get me in massive trouble. And actually, I have been away the last couple of days because I believe it may actually have already started some trouble for me based on my recent tweets that I've been putting out on the shock collar incident. I've been very, very vocal about this on my social media about placing a shock collar on Hasan, that I think this is an appropriate punishment for him. And I think as a result, Antifa is already looking into me and sending their thugs, sending people after me. So we'll talk about that today on
No way! This guy is not fucking serious. This guy is not serious. That's how he starts it off. That's how he starts off the video. Dude. George Soros is sending his top guys right now. Top guys right now. He cannot let the lolly boy mindset influence the masses. He cannot let the political sands shift. Dude. Holy shit, I'm gonna enjoy this. Okay, let's go.
On this. It's a crazy topic. It's something I'm going to get a little bit emotional and personal about, but mostly because the last couple of days have been really difficult for me, being by myself out here and dealing with some crazy stuff, possible Antifa stalkers, woke white women stalkers. This is something we're going to get into with collaring Hasan. Of course, I've got a PP. For new viewers, that means a PowerPoint. Nothing bad, nothing dirty. It means a PowerPoint. So we're going to talk about that today on The Legal Mindset. Once again, this is a fast facts video, so the quick and dirty version of the latest in legal news. I'll have a live where we go more in depth. I'm going to play the video of Hasan shocking Kaya, and also some new video that Tectone threw out about that. Shout out to Tectone. So he's a real homie. So we'll go for that on the live, but this is the quick and dirty version where we just get through the basics. So let's talk about, first of all, Antifa, why this is a dangerous topic. So, and this is something, once again, it is super dangerous. I've been nervous to talk about this, really nervous to talk about this, because a lot of people are going to be pissed off with me, like really pissed.
What the fuck is this guy talking about? This is controversial, as people will accuse me of racism, bigotry, cruelty towards prisoners, etc. No, it's not really that controversial, right? It's not racism, bigotry, cruelty. It's just retarded. It's retarded. When has this ever been allowed? When has this ever been allowed? You cannot put somebody in the docks in the United States. You can't put somebody in the stocks. You can't humiliate them. You can't have a cruel or unusual punishment. It's not racism, it's not bigotry, it's not cruelty towards prisoners, it's retarded and it's lying. It's just grifting. You do not believe in any world, that there is any chance at all, of Hasan having a dog collar put on him and shocked as punishment. This has never happened. This has never happened. This will never happen. I feel stupid for even considering this. I feel very stupid for even considering this. Kanye West's Candace Owens types will be very mad. What, black people? Kanye West, Candace Owens types will be very mad. Also misspelled Candace Owens, yeah. Hasan orbiters. Yeah. This guy thinks G's coming after him, dude. This guy thinks that G is coming after him for criticizing Hasan on the internet. The CCP and Antifa will be the most mad. Hasan orbiters the Chinese Communist Party and Antifa will be the most mad. Okay? They are actively hunting people down in the US. Just recently, Antifa was so bold to confront DHS in America. I'm not in America, and I'm not DHS. Is this guy talking about the Portland protests? They were so bold to protest. Antifa was so bold as to hold a demonstration. Dude, why is he not talked about global jihad? Why is this guy not talking about global fucking Islamic terror? If you're gonna throw in the CCP
stuff, and perhaps
this guy's not real. This guy is so fucking unserious.
enough to kill me, because this is something that is really controversial, that a lot of people out there, especially in the US, especially right now, post-Charlie Kirk, because remember, we live in a post-Charlie Kirk era where people are being assassinated, and that's probably going to get me demonetized. People are being assassinated in the US. People are coming to shoot up churches, are coming to kill Christians, are coming to kill moderates, and nobody is more moderate and based and stuck in the law and the facts and truth and justice than me, but I will...
Oh! This guy is notoriously fucking dumb as rocks. Based on the objective truth, this guy is the most retarded cretin ever. Does he get all of his US news through X now? Is this how he believes this? No. I'm done. I'm done. I'm absolutely done with trying to accept in any way, shape, or form this guy believes what he says. He doesn't. It's a grift. This is how he does it. He grifted like shilling for the East and how tight fucking Chinese women were, and now he's just like shilling for like politically, right? He's just like changed up tactics, and he knows that the asmongolds, tectones, duxakus are gonna react to this and like soy the fuck out. It is the most gay fucking histrionic shit possible, because that is exactly what fucking goes viral right now, right? On the right, this like anti-Hasan coalition, it's the most dramatic gay camp shit that goes viral and gets everyone to rally around you. It's absolutely grotesque.
Will not be silenced, right? I am going to speak up on truth and justice and freedom the way it is. I don't care if people threaten me with my life. I will give my life for freedom and truth and the law. That's what I...
Freedom of truth and the law, bro. You're on the internet giving a joke opinion that you don't actually hold, right? You're giving a joke opinion that an online influencer should get shocked for shocking his dog. It's not that deep. That you can lower the fucking stakes.
What I stand for, that's what I've always stood for, and I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to die for that. If I become the Charlie Kirk in Thailand, you know, for the fact that I talked about, you know, a shock collar as a punishment, that's fine. I'm willing to take that, and that could happen, and you know, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I've kind of come to peace with that. Or because I'm a Christian, right? I'm killed because I'm a Christian. That would be okay. I'm okay with that. I have faith in God, you know, which is something I haven't talked about on the channel, but you know, I'm just throw that out there. Once again, I'm not the perfect Christian. I'm not a perfect person. I've made a lot of mistakes.
I hope the CCP detains this guy, legally tries him, in, you know, to the fullest extent of the law, as a, you know, a subversive force against the revolution, and then like impales him on a spike, I guess, after a trial. I'm sure that China actually, that might be possible. Do they have a constitutional restriction against cruel and unusual punishment? I don't know if they do. See, that's a legal take. That's a legal take that might actually happen. That might actually happen. The CCP detaining this guy for anti-revolutionary activities, impaling him, sticking a wooden spike up his arse and through his mouth, is more likely than Hasan getting shocked. Than Hasan getting shocked with a dog collar by the state. That is way more likely.
I am very non-traditional, you know, and I don't line up with all the beliefs of the church necessarily, you know, and it just, that's kind of something that's naturally coming out as part of this conversation. People are going to call me racist. They're going to call me bigoted. They're going to call me cruel towards prisoners. That is absolutely opposite of the case. I love everybody. I'm super cool with everybody. I've traveled the world. I'm cool with everybody from every country. I love traveling. I love going around the world. I love meeting new people. I love just having random conversations with people about stuff. That's just who I am. That's just the type of person that I am. But I'm going to stick up for truth and justice. And when people need to be punished, I am going to punish them, or not myself, right? But I'm going to help through the law find a way to punish people. That's my gift. My gift is the law, speech, right? That's my superpower, if you will, right? So that's the thing I'm going to focus on here is the law. Now, you're going to get in your feelings. A lot of people, Antifa.
So I'm sure we're going to look at the California statute, the sentencing guidelines, and then the case law about what's happened before. Right?
Other people watching this are going to hate watch this, and they're going to get in their feelings. They're going to be mad about this, but listen to the end, because it actually is way more humane and way more thoughtful than people are going to think about with the memes and the shorts and the reels. Maybe you're going to watch a reel of this or a TikTok of this. By the way, I'm going to have a new TikTok up. I got my Instagram rolling, so make sure you're following my Instagram and my TikTok, because those are going to get popping pretty soon. I got an awesome team here. They're actually local to Bangkok. They're really cool people. Shout out to Queen and her people and Shay. They're doing a great job on my stuff here. People are going to still hate it. People are going to hate it. So the Kanye West of the world, the Candace Owens are going to be super, super mad because they're going to say it's racist, blah, blah, blah. Once again, I would ask them.
He literally is just talking about black people. Dude. Oh my God. The P. Diddy's of the world. The Sean Combs of the world. The Obamas of the world. The Jesse Jacksons of the world, they're gonna hate this. They're about to hate me right now. Dude, Candace Owens is gonna call you fucking racist. Kanye West is gonna call you racist. This is your best example of a race huckster. Candace Owens and Kanye West, yet in the other direction, for the whites. What are you on about, dude? Candace Owens.
Them to look at the actual prison statistics in the U.S., right, and before they open their mouth or talk, and also listen to the full argument. But the most mad, the people who are right, and
wait,
before
what?
They blah. Once again, I would ask them to look at the actual prison statistics in the U.S., right, and before they open their mouth or talk, and also listen to the full argument.
Is this guy about to fucking 1350 over Hasan shocking his dog with a collar? What the fuck are you doing? Is this like a cracking crash out? What the fuck is going on with this guy? Has somebody like poisoned the fucking meth in Thailand? What is going on in this guy's mind? Over a dog collar.
But the most mad, the people who are really going to be pissed off about this, and this is the people that I believe may be stalking me, because I've already caught stalkers here before. I believe Johnny Somali's crew, they were stalking me over at Bonpo, I believe, like the just kick streamers watching me. But
okay,
these people, the Hasan orbiters, the CCP, because we all know Hasan's supported by the CCP. I mean, that Labubu love doesn't come from nowhere, right? The golden boy of Twitch is protected for a reason, right? There's a reason why he's protected and why he stays in LA, you know, Commie Central. And Antifa is going to be super bad about this. And I have been super anti-Antifa. In fact, I've been the most actively anti-Antifa. I'm going to show you the Carfax on that. And they're actively hunting people down in the U.S. Right now, there was a confrontation between DHS and Antifa today where, I mean, DHS almost got really taken out. And they're so bold as to confront DHS in America. So think about that. This is not abroad. So
yeah, like a chapter, like locally, an Antifa chapter has like gone out and confronted and protest in the United States. Yes, that is literally the least surprising thing possible.
In Thailand. So not everybody knows this. Some people get confused about where I'm at, whatever.
Okay, bro, you're getting too big for your boots.
If I set up an online petition to shock Hasan, it would be as legally effective as this guy's rhetoric, maybe even more so. I might do it.
Yeah, go ahead, do it. Thank you for the 25 Romanian. I mean, it is absolutely useless, but he's talking. I don't know if this is like an act, or if this guy's actually having like a psychotic breakdown. I've always thought this guy's like somewhat stupid, and he grifts a little bit. But this has got to be like a serious fucking meltdown. Is this guy terminally online, or is he just mentally ill? He thinks the Chinese Communist Party is going to come after him, and Antifa.
In Thailand, right? I'm in Bangkok, right? Which is big to today's story and my sort of craziness the last couple days. But they're so bold. Antifa is so important in America right now that they're confronting DHS openly. They're just like openly coming for DHS, openly coming for them, just bold, right? DHS needs that Pokemon support. Okay, I'm still bad at Pokemon.
The hippies in the United States, you don't understand. You do not understand. The hippies in the United States are so powerful, they are literally directly confronting the Chicago police. Literally just openly confronting them, like in America. That's how strong they are. That's how integral they are. Like, hippie chapters across the... What are you fucking talking about? Yes, yes. This is the banner under which a lot of people will coalesce their fucking support for a protest.
Come on, all right? I'm watching you guys.
Who's the DHS? Department of Homeland Security.
But anyways, guys, I'm not in America. And I'm not with DHS. I'm not DHS.
He didn't do that bad covering the H3 court drama, but this is retarded. He did do pretty bad during that, actually. He did do very, very bad covering that, actually.
I'm not as powerful as DHS. I'm a single guy out here with a microphone and a camera. That's who I am.
Yeah, he's talking about ICE.
Right? That's all I am. And that's why it's so dangerous for me. And Antifa hates me. So here's the Carfax on this. I was the one who pushed this. I was one of the first people to push this. Frickin' Pam Bondi, who can't get anything done, and Andy No, who is a friend of mine. I have him added on X. You should follow me on X as well. Andy No, great guy. He was the one who brought this question up to Trump. Andy No. And when he brought that up, I like to think that maybe he considered some of my tweets there, whatever. But I put up this PowerPoint, which is my style. I've been doing this for a while to make it easy for everybody to comprehend.
This guy wants to take credit for the United States designating Antifa as a terrorist organization.
And I said right here on September 18, 2025, that one proper method is to designate Antifa, or at a minimum, the foreign elements. Once again, that's why I think I'm in danger, right, personally, because of the foreign elements of Antifa.
The foreign elements of Antifa
as an FTO. This can be done for allied groups which carry extreme violent beliefs and meet the simple FTO criteria. So I said, hey, look, there's an established method to do this. The Department of State, they should do this. Pam Bondi's not doing it because she's lazy as hell, right? And she's mainly a political operator. She's not really good at mass prosecution, which is what they need in America. They need to be mass prosecuting Antifa. It's a big risk. That's the problem right now. That's why these confrontations with DHS are happening, because they're not being prosecuted. They need to be prosecuted at a federal level crime, which is key today, because the states, especially the woke states like California, are going to try to stop this.
This guy has spent way too long swimming in fucking Asian gawk. He needs to get his hand out of the fucking galls, okay? And needs to, I guess, pick up a fucking newspaper. I don't know what the fuck this guy is talking about. Antifa, again, foreign elements. You can't prove that this is like an overall conspiracy. There's no reason to believe this. You might have individual anti-fascist chapters in the same way that you might have individual, like, pro-life chapters. There's not a like national congress. There's not a formalized structure to like collaborate between these people. Individual chapters might protest with individual chapters. This is not an overarching organization. Maybe you could have made this argument with BLM, right? Maybe. There are people who claim to be overarching organizers on the national level. But still, a lot of the protests were organized by local chapters with no affiliation to the national group, right? With Antifa, you only have local groups. You only have local chapters. Foreign elements. What, you're going to do drone strikes into, like, British fucking towns and cities if people organize Antifa protests there? Are you fucking demented?
Right? And this all...
I mean, what do you do with a foreign terrorist organization, right? What do you do? Would it be legal, do you think? Would it be legal for the United States to send drone strikes into European cities who are having Antifa-led protests because this is a demonstration of a terrorist organization? No, obviously. Just think about it for 2 fucking seconds.
All recurs within the Department of State. So the Department of State handles this all. It's unlikely to be blocked by judicial review. It must be challenged within 30 days. There's a limited scope of review. It's very, very easy to get this thing passed. And there's no, it's never been overturned, really. The FTO designation has never been overturned. So just declare all of Antifa and all the foreign elements, everything linked, just declare all that stuff as an FTO, start rounding these people up.
What, and then get instantly challenged in the courts and lose embarrassingly? Yeah, I'm sure that's what the Trump administration wants to spend the next however many months doing.
Start throwing them in jail, start punishing them, throw shock collars on them. Yeah, we're going to talk about shock collars because Hasan and his Antifa homies should all be wearing shock collars and doing work. They should all be paying back for what they did. They need to have payback. And once again, I'm a very nonviolent person. I don't like violence, right? That's why I actually like the shock collars, because they're not violent. They don't involve killing somebody. And once again, I think we should be humane to prisoners. I think that we should, be just to prisoners. I think there's a lot of problems.
Dude, this is shit that came out of, that people were exposed to doing with, like, prisoners of war in Afghanistan, Iraq. You want to start doing this, like, regularly in the United States? They throw a fucking fit. Again and again and again and again and again. This kind of behavior has been, like, disavowed by the public. Widely fucking disagreed with. And then found unconstitutional. What?
In prisons, like prison rape and assault and everything else, and that's not good. It's not good. It's not fair for prisoners to have to be beat up and raped and have other stuff happen to them in prison. That's messed up. Nobody should have to go through that. Nobody should have to go through that just because they committed a crime. Nobody should have to be beat up and assaulted. I really empathize for the prisoners that have been in prison and gone through that, because that's some dark stuff that they had to go through. And man, I feel for them. I feel for them. And one way to stop that is with the shock collars, right? Let's stop that. Let's go through a humane way. And we can do stuff like putting them to work. Let's say Antifa burns down a city. Let's put them to work building the city back up, right? We can do that legally in America. That's actually legal under the Constitution, because
yeah, I suppose that would be legal.
Slavery is still legal. That's the controversial statement. I wanted to put that in the title, but YouTube might ding me in the title, so I'm just going to say it. Slavery is still legal, and we're going to talk about that today. But first, let me talk about my crazy band.
Okay, there was a caveat. There was a caveat to the emancipation of slaves, that you could still put prisoners to work. Yeah, I think slavery is exactly still legal. There are still huge requirements on that.
Bangkok story, right? So let me talk about some woke white women stalkers. Now, some of you may not believe this, but the people that know me in Bangkok know this story, and it's been pretty crazy. I told my homie Ryan today, and he actually saw this happen with me at Starbucks.
This is a deeply fucking psychosexual element to this. I'm telling you. There is a deep psychosexual element. This guy wants to turn the entire US prison system into one big fucking ping pong show, where he's got these white women stalkers wearing fucking shock collars. Instead of getting raped, getting fucking like, beam, 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 like every 5 minutes. Being forced to work. In what? In what? In what kind of clothing? Leather? Getting forced to work in leather? Supporting US industries by dressing them in leather? Very weird stuff.
At M Quarter. It was like, you couldn't even believe this. It's like out of a movie. So this has been happening the last 3 days, and I swear to you, and nobody's going to believe me on this, but this is for real. So there's a woman. She looked like Hillary Clinton.
He got dinged. All I can come up with, his channel got mass reported. If he did get dinged, how would he... This is from a live stream originally, which wouldn't make sense if he got dinged.
This like black and brown, black and white hair, like Cruella DeVille meets Hillary Clinton, super woke looking woman. And she's come in to sit next to me at Starbucks. She's like, oh, let me listen in on your conversation. I'm like, no, Antifa member. I'm not going to let you eavesdrop on my conversation about Hasan and about the shock collars and about everything else. No, you're not going to.
Somebody has to sit next to him in a coffee shop. I need to... Okay, I need to rewind.
It's like, you couldn't even believe this. It's like out of a... But the people that know me in Bangkok know this story, and it's been pretty crazy. I told my homie Ryan today, and he actually saw this happen with me at Starbucks at M Quarter. It was like, you couldn't even believe this. It's like out of a movie. So this has been happening the last 3 days, and I swear to you, and nobody's going to believe me on this, but this is for real. So there's a woman. She looked like Hillary Clinton. She had this like black and brown, black and white hair, like Cruella DeVille meets Hillary Clinton, super woke looking woman. And she's come in to sit next to me at Starbucks. She's like, oh, let me listen in on your conversation. I'm like, no, Antifa member. I'm not going to let you eavesdrop on my conversation about Hasan.
This guy is unironically getting gangstalked in Bangkok. This guy is going to be Shelbo. This guy is going to be Shelbo in 6 months. I'm telling you. He's going to head out to Washington, D.C., live streaming himself from his tent, trying to talk to, I don't know, Taylor Lorenz, right? He's married to Taylor Lorenz. He thinks he's secretly, like, magically married to Pam Bondi. I swear to God.
And about the shock collars, about everything else. No, you can't do that, right? And there's been these other woke-looking women. And
what, is he fucking doing a counter curse? No, Antifa member. No, Antifa member. He's fucking Dora the Explorer.
You can always tell they're woke because
Snooper, no snooping. Snooper, no snooping.
They're ugly, right? They're ugly, right? I do not like ugly women. And Bangkok is usually full of really hotties. It's full of really beautiful girls, beautiful
Young.
women, right? I know what you're thinking. Oh, they're all ladyboys. No, 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 no. Beautiful, real women, right? They're normally everywhere. But the last couple days, I've been seeing a lot of ugly women, a lot of really ugly. They're frowning, right? Woke
And
women
they're
are
all
never
here
happy,
for you?
right? They're always frowning. They're always unhappy. They're scowling at you. They're looking mean, right? They're mean mugging you. They're like looking at you like they're going to kill you, right? That's the woke woman. That's the woke woman out there. And that's been who's been looking at me. It's been all woke women. There's been no hotties smiling at me or something like that, like normal. It's been all these crazy woke women. And I'm like, what's going on with that? Like, what's going on, Bangkok? Usually
think it's been
everyone's
sent
friendly
for
or
you?
whatever. Now everyone's grumpy, maybe because it's raining or something. And there's all these woke women around me. And I thought about it and I'm like, oh, Antifa. Oh, obviously it's Antifa, right? Obviously they got word of this. Obviously there's something that they know that's coming because I've talked about this. And they're trying to put some pressure on me, right?
Dude! I was choking. I was choking. I was choking. This guy thinks that Antifa is sending white women to mean mug him in public all the way over to Bangkok because he's been talking about Hasan and the fucking shock collar. Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go!
Right? But I'm not going to be shut up. I will not be silenced, Antifa. You're not going to scare me. If I die for this, I'm willing to die for this, like Charlie Kirk. I'm willing to go Charlie Kirk on this one.
I mean, you guys have probably been wondering since I've had like the new backdrop and the new setup after the move. Like, said that I was moving like out of London. Where have I moved to? Well, I found this channel. Okay, I found this channel really, really interesting called Go East. Apparently, the women are better, the bills are cheaper, the food is fresher, the air is cleaner. Okay, I've been headed to Bangkok. As a lot of you know, and I'm a committed Labour voter. Secret member of, it's just a little organisation that we got in the UK. We've got other chapters in like other countries as well, but I've been directed to move here. Can't exactly show where I am right now. But yeah, I engaged in some political activities. I've been stationed here for a while. No idea really why, but it's all coming to fruition now. Yeah.
Right? And I also want to talk about this. Being abroad isn't safer, right? We talk about Charlie, right? And after Charlie, I want to give a shout out to Danielle, my mod, who's autism, or rather, I should say Talonal American. That's how we say it. Her Talonal American powers have probably saved my life. Because she told me to start studying OPSEC after the death of Charlie Kirk. And I started studying a lot of the CIA field manuals, looking up YouTube videos, stuff like that, just to protect myself because I'm here alone. And a lot of people think living abroad is safer, but these people can just travel. They can get on a plane and they can come. In fact, they do that often. They come from Canada, they come from Europe to the United States to cause problems.
Okay, bro,
and
you're
Thailand's
getting too
super
big
easy to
for your
come to.
boots.
You're going to show up here. Anybody
Go East boys Dickers listened, flexed biceps emoji.
Yo, thank you for the dono, Orpheus.
show up. And a lot of people think it's safer abroad. That is a misnomer. It's actually more dangerous. My good friend Mark recommended the book Private Dancer, which is an extremely intuitive book, especially not to be a simp for beautiful women, although it's hard. My weakness is beautiful women, especially if they have big titties and like anime and have a goth style. But that's my weakness, right? Okay, I shouldn't expose my weaknesses, but that's my weakness. It's my weakness, unfortunately. It's cost me much. But anyways, that's besides the point. Private Dancer, one of the best scenes in that is at the end of the book. So this guy, he gets on a motorbike and someone just rolls up and pops him in the head, right? And that is very easy to do here. You could get somebody to do that and nobody would know, right? Antifa's got enough money. They got Soros. They got all the money in the world, right? They're funding ops all over the US. They're funding ops all over the world. So for me, who's got nobody out here, so you're all alone. Yeah, that's pretty scary. It's pretty scary when you're all.
Okay, so is this a true book? I think this seems to be a fiction book written in 2006. So Thailand, 1996, the year of the rat. Pete, a young... Hold on. Hold on. Gotta set the mood. Gotta set the tone, okay? Oh yeah, that's perfect. Thailand. No, Thailand. 1996. The year of the rat. Pete, a young travel writer, wanders into a Bangkok go-go bar and meets the love of his life. Joy is the girl of his dreams. Young, stunningly pretty, and under the age of 16, and one of the zombie bar's top earning pole dancers. What follows is a roller coaster ride of sex, drugs, and deception. As Pete discovers that his very own private dancer is not all that she claims, and that far from being the girl of his dreams, Joy is his own personal nightmare. Okay, so this seems like a fiction story. Private Dancer was one of the first downloadable books I ever made available as a free PDF. Over 5 years or so, more than 40,000 copies were downloaded for free around the world. This was well before ebooks were available. This is one of the first books to be available on the Kindle, and it still sells well. The Thailand I wrote about in 1996 is pretty much gone for good, okay? The bars are still there, but are much more commercialized these days, and a lot less friendly. The internet and social media mean that the girls and the customers are much better informed. And these days, there are virtually no chance of a guy walking into a go-go bar and finding the girl of his dreams. I don't think that was ever fucking likely, you weird freak. Alright.
All alone.
40k is good. Yeah, 40k is good, okay, for a book, if it's free to fucking download. Yes, that's quite good. That's fine.
Out there somewhere, and Antifa could be coming for you, right? And that's why I say to you guys, if anything happens to me, you know it's Antifa, you know it's the, Hasan's homies, whatever else, right? They're clearly the ones that got me, right? So if anything happens to me or my family or my friends or whatever, it's definitely Antifa, okay? Know that it's Antifa, for sure. 100% it's Antifa, right? So just go and look into that and look into all the connections there and the local connections and stuff like that and figure out who did it, right? Take revenge for me, chat. Take revenge. But that would be what would be happening there, obviously.
Take revenge for me. What is this guy expecting his fucking gaggle of goons to do? He's gonna get his fucking subscriber army to go and kill Hasan in real life. Are you fucking insane?
Okay. Very good book, though, by the way. Everyone should definitely read that book. Okay, next, let's talk about what the actual subject here, which is Hasan hating dogs, not my crazy Bangkok life. Although I do want to start doing more IRL stuff here, because Bangkok's really cool, and a lot of people need to see that.
Yeah? Yeah? You're afraid for your life? You're afraid you're gonna get killed and, like, popped any second by Antifa? Yeah? Yeah? And you're gonna start doing IRL streaming? You're gonna start doing IRL streaming? You're sincerely afraid that somebody's gonna come and assassinate you in real life. And so you're gonna live stream exactly where you are. Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
So I'm gonna be doing some more IRL streaming over here. But that's neither here nor there. But respectful IRL, not Johnny Somali style, right? Not Johnny Somali style, okay? Anyways, Hasan hates dogs. Hasan hates dogs. So in case you haven't seen this, and this is something that's been trending in the US everywhere, it's all over social media right now, English language social media. It's all over. It's Hasan shocking Kaya. Obviously, this is dramatization, but he slapped that shop collar on him and shocked her. There's also another video, which I'll show in my live version. Watch the live for that one. And that's him like essentially torturing this animal. And this is absolutely cruel and really, really hurts me. And I want to talk about Mudang. I want to talk about Mudang, right? Mudang and my love for Mudang here. And now some of you have not been to Thailand. You don't know who Mudang is, and you don't know what this thing is behind me. I'm going to explain real quick. Mudang is a pygmy hippopotamus from the Khao Khao Zoo. It's north of Pattaya. She is adorable. She's a little bit fatter now, but even though she's a little fatter, I still love her. I still love her, right? She's like my daughter. And this is my weakness. And I'll go full screen on this one because we got to show Mudang here.
This guy doesn't have, like, real relationships in his life, does he? This guy doesn't actually, like, know people in real life.
This is my Mudang, right? And by the way, I gave this Mudang a hat because I like the hats. They symbolize freedom and Thailand style. So I always like this style. I've been changing my style recently. I like this style because it's like freedom, doing whatever the hell you want. So I like to wear like clothes that kind of show that I like to do whatever I want.
This guy is 100% got schizophrenia, and he has stopped taking his medication. He sounds exactly like a schizophrenic. It's just random details, completely unhinged, slightly unrelated. He's just like going for random things. He's just going for random things there. What has this got to do with anything? These just thoughts that like are unhinged and just like only very vaguely kind of like intersect together. This hat represents freedom. He's been trying to change up his style recently.
And you know, no one's gonna stop me from wearing.
Okay, you can spam mirror emojis, Shelby. I'm just like slightly attention deficit and impulsive. This guy is alleging gang stalking,
clothes.
right?
Like, if you're mad about me wearing clothes, you're kind of crazy, right? Like, you should be allowed to wear whatever clothes you want, right? Why can't I wear clothes? Like, I don't get it. Anyways, this is Mudeng. I love Mudeng. I got my Mudeng plushie. Like, I may or may not sleep with this. It's kind of cute. It's very cute. And I like Mudeng, and here's your Thai lesson for the day is Jai D. Jai D. That means good heart in Thai, right? I am a good-hearted person, and I have a weakness for good-hearted women. Probably because I grew up in a house with all boys, so my weakness is good-hearted women. And it's much to my
You gonna fuck that hippo?
detriment. Once again, if they have big titties and like anime. A big titty girl with likes anime and has a good heart is my number one weakness, and I will fall in love with them, right? Which is my problem, right? But anyways, this is Mudeng. It's Mudeng. Mudeng symbolizes to me purity and purity of heart. Because Mudeng, how can you not like Mudeng? How can you not like to me purity
Was that me or
and
him?
purity of heart?
That was him.
Because Mudeng, how can you not like Mudeng? How can you not like Mudeng? And if
Dude, what are these fucking marks all over this hippo, dude? What are these fucking, like... They're just lines. They're like straight lines all over this hippo.
this is Mudeng.
Yep. Line there. Splotch there. Crease there.
It's Mudeng. Mudeng symbolizes
Why have you been, like... What has been pressing up against the mouth of that hippo to cause all those creases
to
around
me
there?
purity and purity of heart. Because Mudeng, how can you not like Mudeng?
How can you claim it's pure when you've clearly sullied it with cum stains?
How can you not like Mudeng? And if anybody was to hurt Mudeng, I
It's the texture. Well, yeah, it is now, yeah.
would hunt them down and I would make them suffer, right? If they were trying to hurt Mudeng, I would make them suffer. I love Mudeng. Mudeng's like my daughter, right? And I've got a friend of mine here who's kind of like a daughter to me. I love her. She's great. And that's my weakness. Good-hearted dang.
Wait, what was it
I
say?
would make them suffer. I love Mudeng. Mudeng's like my daughter, right? And I've got a friend of mine here who's kind of like a daughter to me. I love her. She's great. And that's
He's got a friend that he knows who's kind of like a daughter to him. And he's comparing her to a hippo. Wait. This guy's not that old. He's got a friend who is so young that it's kind of like a daughter to him. I mean, this guy's in Thailand, I guess. This guy's in Thailand, I guess. He's got a friend young enough that he considers her his daughter. Okay. I don't want to think about this. I don't want to think about this.
Good-hearted women, right? Good-hearted, pure-hearted women, right? That have a pure heart and that are kind and that
That are young enough that you call them your daughter?
are caring, right? Like, that's exactly what I love, right? That's my weakness. And once again,
All boys, remember? We're a household, all boys. Probably awful relationship with his mother. Seeking constantly female affection, female love. Never got it, right? Never got it. And so desperately seeking out is in his adulthood.
I know I shouldn't talk about weaknesses, but Mudeng is my weakness, right? But if someone ever hurt Mudeng, I would assemble a team. Now, like I said, I'm not with anybody. I'm by myself here. But I would take all the money I own, and I don't have a lot of money.
Whoa,
but
no
I would
way.
I would take that money, and I would assemble a team like Jean Lafitte, like a pirate, right? I would go out there. That's okay, Mudeng's back in her place.
This guy tries to advertise his legal services, like through his YouTube channel, right? Like, this is what this guy tries to do. He's trying to present himself as like a professional lawyer.
Okay, so I would, you gotta make sure Moodang's all right. Okay, is Moodang okay?
And camera's not even focused, bro.
You gotta take good care of Moodang, okay? You gotta take very good care of Moodang, right? Once again, we don't want to upset her, right? Okay, take care of Moodang. So, I just get emotional about Moodang. I love Moodang so much. I love Moodang so much. Anyway, I see I'm distracted. I don't even know where I was. But anyways, John Lafitte, the pirate. I'm like a pirate. You know, I like, gold and gold and freedom and women.
You're supposed to be talking about Hasan. Your bro is on drugs? No. I don't know if bro is on drugs. I think bro is like losing his fucking mind, okay? Bro is mentally ill. He's been talking about being followed recently for days. There is no way. Unless he's just on like a bender for several days. But in that case, he doesn't look as though he's disheveled. He doesn't look depressed. He doesn't look skittish like in the moment. He sounds like he's just mentally ill.
Right? That's all good for me. It's all my motivations, right? Which, once again, is it a sin? Is it such a sin to like those things? No, right? People try to shame me and make me feel bad for being a heterosexual male. I'm sorry, right? I'm not going to apologize for that. But that said,
I think it's going to be the age more than anything, mate.
Like with this, I think about Moodang and I think about somebody torturing Moodang, and I would definitely want to punish them. So let's talk about punishment. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about slavery in the United
Dude. Oh my god, this still is fucking Kino. This still is absolute fucking Kino.
States. In the legality.
This is his, like, lolly fucking table, FYI. This is absolutely what this is. Slavery is still legal. Fuck me.
Slavery for prisoners in the U.S. And that's based on the 13th Amendment to the Constitution. Now, under that, and once again, a lot of people don't know this. They haven't studied this well enough, right? Which is not their fault. Not every lawyer is...
Dude, what the fuck? This still is actually fucking perfect. Slavery is still legal. Legality of slavery for prisoners in the United States hinges on the 13th Amendment of the Constitution. Quote, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crimes whereby the party shall be duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any subject of their jurisdiction. Next point. Some people may hate the truth, but this is the truth. Next point. I will die speaking for the truth and freedom.
As smart as I
What the fuck is going on?
Some lawyers are kind of half-assed and they don't know what they're talking about. Maybe they're just joking around. They're like kind of joke lawyers or pretend lawyers, or, they're like scam lawyers or something like that. They're like scammer lawyers. But, the 13th Amendment to the Constitution says neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall be duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. So the key here is except as punishment for crime whereof the party shall be duly convicted. So what that means is slavery and indentured servitude is legal. Once again, controversial. This could get me in trouble. This could get me killed for saying slavery is legal, because think about the headlines. People are going to say legal mindset says slavery is legal. Okay, listen to the whole video, idiot. Right? Finish the video and you'll know I'm talking about the Constitution, which is what it says. And that's not something that I'm trying to go off on a wild interpretation. Look up the facts. The majority of prisoners in the U.S. are forced to do labor. They're forced to do labor in prison.
Yes.
It's normal in prison in the U.S. Now, woke states like California are trying to get rid of that. I'll talk about that later. But
well, they don't want indentured servitude for fucking prisoners.
And some people hate the truth. They hate the fact that the truth in the U.S. is that slavery is legal for prisoners. Once again.
Yeah, this is famously talked about by, okay, this guy maybe doesn't, like, run in black circles or, like, talk to, like, black people. This is time and time and time again, like, an everlasting discussion, especially if you look back in history, right? During the civil rights movement. Again and again and again. This is a big argument about the prison industrial complex. Yes.
It's important for prisoners, not regular people, right? We're not talking regular people. We're talking about for prisoners, okay?
We're talking about for Candace Owens and for the for the Kanye West of this world. Not regular people, okay? Not regular people.
And that's the truth. And if you don't like that, you don't like the truth, okay? And I will die speaking for the truth and freedom.
He is a lawyer. Yeah, he is a lawyer.
It's worth it for me. I stand for the truth and freedom. I'm not afraid for that, right? Once again, if I die if I'm Charlie Kirked for standing for truth and freedom, whatever, it just happened, like I got, I was speaking up for truth and freedom. That's
This guy genuinely needs to be, like, medically assessed. Like, at the start of it, I thought this would be, like, a big grift. Trying to grift off the whole, like, righthood moment we're in right now with the Charlie Kirk stuff. This guy probably needs to be, like, assessed soon. Like, very, very soon. Like, he's in Bangkok, so I don't know what they can do in Thailand. This guy needs to be, like, fucking medically detained or something. He's actually fucking losing it.
That's worth it, right?
He thinks that he's going to be Charlie Kirked, aka assassinated, in Thailand by female, white, woke women who are working on behalf of Antifa and possibly the CCP to mean mug him in public, indicating to let him know that they are going to kill him, to take him out for saying that slavery is technically legal under the 13th Amendment by quoting the statute. Does Thailand have an equivalent of the Baker Act? I do not know.
That's worth it. Some things are worth it in life.